Today, on how it's made. Steel wool. When it comes to cleaning, it can be your best alloy. Ranges. We have all the elements of this manufacturing process. Carved candles. Making them is a whole new ball of wax. And slot machines. We bet you'll love this story. Steel wool has lots of rough edges and it's very abrasive, but that's what we like about it. It's useful for heavy cleaning and other chores. Mechanics were the first to use steel shavings to polish things. By the early part of the 20th century, equipment was invented to mass produce it, making steel wool a household name. There are thousands of metal threads in each steel wool pad. To make it, they start with coiled steel rod that unwinds through metal guides into a 5-meter-long die machine. It pulls the rod through 6 progressively smaller dies to narrow it and make it uniform. Spools wind up the rod after it passes through each die to prevent any snarls in production. The repeated drawing through the dies reworks the steel's basic structure, doubling its tensile strength. When it reaches the end of the die machine, the steel rod has been reduced by a little more than half. This slimmer, stronger wire will be easier to process. To double-check its tensile strength, they place a sample piece of wire in a testing device. Clamps pull it from both directions. It takes over half a ton of force to snap it, an indication that it's tough enough to be machined. So it's over to the steel wool cutting machine, which spans 15 meters. Here, the wire travels over a series of drums, while 29 blades shave it. Each blade produces shavings thinner than a human hair. Streams of the shavings exit the machine. They make a quick turn around metal guides to merge with others. Each of these steel threads has been cut in a pyramid configuration, which makes it razor sharp. The steel threads wind en masse onto large rolls under the machine, accumulating in one big pack. Next, they line several of the rolls of steel wool on racks and then secure them in place. They pull steel fibers from each roll and bunch them together. Then they thread the bunched up ends through a series of bobbins. They feed the ends of all the rolls of wire to a needle punch machine. Here, hundreds of needles, shaped like fish hooks, weave all the steel threads together to turn it into wool. It's a very basic crochet job, and it produces a long mat of wool that's a suitable density for woodworking. To make household cleaning pads, they bulk up the steel wool even more. They insert layers of needle mat into the streams of steel fibers. This gives it extra strength for big cleaning jobs. The double-layered stream then heads over to the needle punch machine to be woven together. Once the steel wool goes onto a final roll, it's wired and ready to be turned into pads for cleaning, sanding, or polishing. Jobs for which its coarseness will definitely be appreciated.